carry me away. I'll be swept off my feet. And if not, then hello YouTube, it's Pamelarenee, and today, as you can see, we're going to be doing some Valentine's story time. So this is very exciting. I'm a lover of love, as you guys know, or maybe you don't know, but I'm just like a hopeless romantic. I hope that one day my Prince Charming is just gonna swoop down and carry me away. I'll be swept off my feet. If my Prince Charming doesn't come get me, then that just means that I am the Princess Charming and I'm gonna go and swoop someone off their feet, because it's 2021 and the patriarch it's failing. Speaking of patriarch failing, these stories, like, guys, it might make you lose faith in men, but I promise there are still great guys out there. Like, I just know for a fact, because I don't know, I hope so. So today I have my decorations already set up, and I also have a little Valentine's candy, and like, let's just get into the stories. Okay, so first I'm going to talk about one of my worst Valentine's experience. Honestly, during Valentine's, I don't really tend to have that many people asking me on dates or anything, just because I feel like a lot of people are very cheap, and like around Christmas, around Valentine's, around my birthday, not around Thanksgiving, not around Christmas, not around those times when, you know, people want like to meet the families and things like that. You will not get a lot of attention. They're not trying to invest in a relationship. They just kind of want to, oh, let me talk to her around the summer, like, let's go to the movies, let's go to the beach, blah blah. Like, they're not trying to spend money. They're cheap. But that's really sad, but it's honestly very true, and that's just something that I've noticed. So we're just gonna continue on with my one Valentine's bad experience. But I mean, I don't really have that many, because as I've said, I don't really talk to people around Valentine's. The one time I did talk to someone, it was this guy, and we were like talking for a long time, and I just assumed it's Valentine's coming out, we're gonna get each other stuff, we're gonna hang out or something. And then I got a text one day and he was just like, yeah, I don't want to do anything on Valentine's Day. I don't want to, you know, I don't want to do anything. It's not that special. And it kind of just hurt my feelings, because one, I already planned out some cute stuff that we could do, and then I got a card and everything, and I was just like really crushing on this guy, and he just blew it. So yeah, that was embarrassing, to say the least. Yeah, that's pretty much the only bad experience I've had on Valentine's, because I like to not set myself up for failure. So every time I have a Valentine's Day, I pretty much have myself as Valentine's, or someone that I know that really loves me, like my parents, my close friends, or my sisters, my brothers. Like, a Valentine's doesn't have to be a significant other. And the one time that I did try to have a significant other as Valentine, you see how that went. So this year I'm keeping it casual. It's just gonna be me. I'm my own Valentine's. I'm gonna treat myself. So I'm gonna talk about this story that I went on this horrible date, when I actually did go on a date, and it was just very bad, and it just makes you lose faith in men. But yeah, so this story is from like 3 or 4 years ago, maybe. I don't know, I was young and naive. I met this person online on Instagram, I think, and we had mutual followings, and the mutual followings that we had, we all went to the same school. So I assumed that this guy might have went to my high school, because we had mutual followings. In high school, I didn't really talk to people. I kept to my group, and that was it. So I was like, you know, it's possible that me and this person went to school and I've never seen him, because I just wasn't that interested in leaving my group. Figured that he might have went to school. So we were just talking for about 2 weeks or so, and eventually he just, well, not eventually, he kept persisting that we hang out. Like, he was just like, I'd love to hang out with you, I'd love to meet you, blah 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 blah. And the way he was going about it was just like so persistent and thirsty to me. If I say no once and you ask again and I say no again, and then you ask again, and then you ask again, and then you ask again, it just makes me not want to go out, because I don't like going on dates with like different people. I don't know how people have energy for that. I am like, if I like someone, then I'll go out with them, but I can't just go out with like random people like here. I don't have energy for that. So eventually I got tired of it, and I just said, okay, let's go out. It can't be that bad, right? It was very bad. So we went to this mall, and the crazy thing is, I used to work at this mall, so I felt very comfortable at this mall because I knew pretty much everyone there. So that's why I said, yeah, let's go to this mall. Of course I didn't tell him that I worked there. It's just like, I'm not going to tell this guy because I don't know, from the way that he was super persistent, it kind of seemed like he had like some weird stalker, weird vibes. So we get to the mall, and I've never met this person before. So when you're first meeting someone, you know, you tell them like, hey, can you meet me here, and blah blah blah. This guy that kind of looks like him, and I was just like, oh my god, please don't be him, please don't be him, because he looked a little different from the pictures. And I was like, I mean, he looked nice, but I don't know, he just looks a little older than I assumed. But it wasn't a bad thing. Like, it's just at the time I was probably like a teenager, and so I was like, okay, why does he kind of look like an old man about to have gray hair? So I already said I'm gonna be here and standing right here, so I stood right there, and eventually he walked up to me and he gave me a bear hug. I was just very confused why he wanted to give me a bear hug, but okay. So he gives me this huge gigantic hug, and he's like, oh, it's so great to meet you, blah 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 blah. And so we're at the food court, and we don't get food, we sit down, and he's like, oh, I just want to talk and get to know you. And I was like, dang, can you like give me some lemonade or like something first? And we're just sitting talking, and I was like, do you want to walk around or something? Like, I don't know, it's just very awkward just sitting here. And I didn't really have a problem, but I don't know, he just like wasn't good at conversation. So I don't even remember what we were talking about. It just wasn't an interesting conversation. It's like, yes, I'm shy, I'm quiet, I'm standoffish, but I know how to talk, and so it was kind of disappointing. And he said, do you want to see my new car? It was like some fancy car, and I was like, honestly don't believe he has this car. And he was just trying to flex it to me, and he was like, come see my car before you go, I really want to show you my car, blah, blah, blah. I was like, I don't care, I'm not that impressed by cars, like, it's just a car. He was persistent on showing me it. So then he shows me his car, and then he's like, oh, just sit in my car, please just sit in my car. And that should have been a red flag, because this dude could have been crazy. He could have been a creepy stalker, and he could have just drove off with me. Yeah, but it was just all so weird. And so when I get in his car, he's just like, oh man, you're so beautiful, blah 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 blah. And then he just attempts to kiss me, and I was like, no. And he was like, he tried to kiss me again, and he just kept trying to kiss me. He basically assaulted me. Like, yeah, trigger warning, I suppose, but it's a little late for that. But yeah, he just kept trying to kiss me and kiss me. I was like, no, 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 no. And it was just so awkward. And then we just sat there, and I was just like, yeah, I'm gonna go. It was just gross, and it was just horrible. Like, I just could not believe that this dude I barely knew attempted to put his lips on mine. I don't know where his lips have been. And I really didn't want to sit in this car, like, and keep in mind, this is you know, this is old. I already had weird vibes, and then he just confirmed the fact that I was never going to see this person again. And so the story gets worse. Then after he forcibly kisses me, he says, "Oh my gosh, you're so beautiful, like, I think," he didn't say "I love you," but he pretty much was just like, "I've never been in love, and like, I don't know, I just feel like we're gonna be so great together," and blah blah blah. And basically he asked me to be his girlfriend. And I'm just sitting in his car like, I want to get out, like, someone help me. So I was like, I mean, I was pretty scared at this point, so I was just like, yeah, sure, I mean, sure, like, I didn't say sure then. I said sure when he started crying, because he started bawling hysterically, and he was like bawling on my shoulder in this like cramped car, so it was very awkward for me. I get like horrible, I have PTSD from this. I think maybe this is probably a reason I don't like going on dates anymore. I've had not even worse, but I've still had bad experiences besides this one, but this just really takes the cake. This put the icing on the cake, and then after that I was just like, okay, no more dating for me. I think I'm good. But anyways, continuing on, so he's crying on my shoulder, and he's just like, "I'm going to introduce you to my mom," and blah 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 and blah blah blah. And I am just plotting my escape. I'm plotting my escape, like, for real, guys. I was just like, okay, I'm gonna get out of this. And I was just like, well, oh, look at that, someone is calling my phone. I really gotta go return my mom's car, because she needs it. So I'm gonna go, and I have to go to work too. And the crazy thing is, I worked at the mall, but I was just using any excuse to get out of there. Like, I was already at my job pretty much, but I was like, gotta go, like, you know. And so I got out the car quickly, and then I didn't want him to walk me to my car, but he insisted, of course. So he walked me to my car, and he opened my door, and he tries to kiss me again. And this time he succeeds, and I was just like, ugh, gross, disgusting. I don't know why it is that guys sometimes can't read vibes, and it's just kind of terrifying that guys don't really read situations that well, and it's confusing because they're also so sober, so it's confusing how they can't like understand this. I pretty much got in my car, drove off, blocked him, made sure he was not following me, and that was the end of that. Or so I thought. Then he called me from another number, and he started crying, and I was like, yeah, I can't be your girlfriend. Like, I just said that so that you would stop crying. And he started crying again. And yeah, that was a horrible first date. And that's the end of that story. Like, whew, that was a lot. Yeah, I hope that was pretty easy to understand. I know I was kind of all over the place. I never told that story before, so I was kind of just rambling with it, and it didn't really make sense. Maybe I should film it again. I'm probably not going to. You guys will probably see this video anyways. Okay, so I hope you guys enjoyed that story. If you guys enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. Also, I wish you guys a happy Valentine's, and comment some of your worst date stories below. Maybe someone can relate to you, and maybe someone can relate to my story, whether it's a guy who's been through this experience as well, or a girl. yeah, so I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of the day. Bye, peace and love. See you guys on Thursday or Friday. Bye.
Okay, let's go.